All right. Welcome, one and all. Once again, we're here on the internet. We're doing social distancing at its prime, even though we usually do this anyhow on this way. But it's all good and such. We left our adventurers in Millersville in the tavern of the vulgar unicorn. They were sitting there trying to figure out which mission they were or opportunity they were going to avail themselves to, and to take substance. It was getting into the evening, and with that, I'll turn that over to them to start the scene, and they may have a fellow that will make their evening interesting. So, go ahead.
So if I remember correctly, left off having successfully convinced the people at this bar that we weren't like that we were here to help, essentially. And we had obtained rooms.
Yes.
And it's later in the day. I guess having found a table to sit at, kind of across and somewhat distant from the other person at the table. My character just kind of waits for it to get to late enough in the evening that sleep would be appropriate, and
There you go.
We'll kind of lead the party into discussion once we head to our rooms. But
yeah, I'll probably have a look at that list one more time to remind myself of what things they were.
Well, you had, let me pull that list up, and you had trying to find Grimorian's mother was one of them. The others were, and I don't want to misspeak it, so let me get the document, because, oh, there it is. Yeah, you had Oswald the orc and his bandits having a bounty of 10 gold pieces on their head. You had a request on the board to help find 6 missing children, and the bounty is a share of the harvest of the fields, and a bounty of 5 gold pieces to find the location of Guard Grimorian's mother.
Okay, so I'm missing mother, 3 children missing, and some orcs.
6 children.
6 all right, 6 children.
Because I'll correct you on that, because Mickey wrote all that down in his little black book, and I probably should have let Mickey apprise you of the update on that, since he wrote it on down in character. So, but there we are.
Okay, 6. Okay, all right. So Tifa will go towards the bard who was playing the instrument in the tavern.
Okay. You paid her to play a song that wasn't so dirgish.
Yes.
And she
and I sort of,
but it was still a very solemn drinking song, tavern drinking song. It wasn't a light, gay song.
I sort of like say to her, Madam Bard, I did not catch your name. May I hear your name?
Yeah. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Just to see if she's gonna bite.
All right. I'm just generally just saying hello.
I understand, but there again, with the apprehension that the clientele do have, even though you've kind of got things settled on down, it doesn't make you their best of friends, type of thing.
Okay, so I got a 5.
A 5? I thought I see a 9.
Oh, a 9. Sorry. Yeah, 9.
Let me see here.
Oh, I see.
For for some reason, she kind of does take to you, and
You paid her to play music. I guess
yeah,
it's a bard thing.
and the bard will tell you her name is Callus.
I say, CAIUS. What a beautiful name for such a minstrel such as yourself. Ah,
It's a name,
tell,
she'll say.
indeed, you are a bard of great stories, a bard of lore, bar who knows a thing or two, no doubt. Please entertain me with one of your stories that you have heard. She offers her a silver piece. Please, I would love to hear
All right.
hear one from a tale from you.
She'll take the silver and she'll start playing, and it'll start off with a tale of about singing about beware children of the night vapors, beware children of the beast in the sky, for it sweeps on down and tears apart those that are nigh. Don't curse, don't curse the hags, for they'll curse your fields. Don't curse the church, for they have no feel for you and yours. They can do little or nothing. The blight is here. The blight may stay, but only those that run away will be able to tell the tale of this day.
Mm,
And
aha.
she'll run that a few times, and telling you a tale. She'll change some things up there by looking at the
Okay. As she mentions this,
at the patrons there, because she doesn't want to get too dark to scare them out.
okay.
And
Wow.
but yet
That's a
she
pretty
wants
depressing
to,
song.
but she wants to go ahead and pull you heroes that were sent by the church on into the tale, and possibly give you some insight or some
Okay. So when she,
fallacies.
okay, cool. What I'll do is I get a like to take some. I like to, yeah, try to remember as much as the song as I possibly can.
Okay. Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. So, because she mentioned something about a hag, and I want to remember that.
Are you proficient in not any knowledges?
The only thing I'm proficient in is animal handling,
No.
perception,
No.
stealth, and survival.
Okay, then just the straight up intelligence roll to see if you can, how much or if any that you'll remember.
Okay. I got a 3.
All right, you think that you remember the whole thing
Okay.
as
All right.
as far as that.
Right, and if you want to go to someone else, you can do. I guess I'll just.
Yeah, I will. You said you got a 3, huh?
Mhm.
Why is that not?
Well,
You need to go further down, Charles. The roll 20 it's below, further down. You have to scroll
I
down a bit more.
didn't know if because on this laptop I didn't know if it was just hanging, being slow is all.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fine.
so refreshed it. Okay, there it be. It was a 5 and 4. That's why on the other, but it doesn't make a difference. Right. It all the same. Um, as far as that, and then um, outs U-Shield, the fallen, outside on the streets, and I'll get this so you can. You're out here on the streets, here walking, and you heard this ballad coming from inside the Vulgar Boar Tavern. Uh, what are you choosing to do?
Well, I'm going to drag myself up out of the gutter and just kind of wander in there.
Okay. As she's singing this ballad and such, in through the doors, if any of you have a perception, passive perception of 10 or higher, will notice this individual entering. So,
Do I have
and you
perception?
can,
Yes, I
and you guys can take it somewhat from there.
do. Do you want to describe what your character is
Okay.
wearing, or if there's anything?
Well,
you're
right
not
now he's dressed in what looks to be like rags. They're all like kind of soot covered. They're kind of all sooty, like he's been sleeping in the street. He's got like kind of long stringy hair, and he's like wears his hood kind of Aragorn style, like over his eyes, and like he kind of walks with his head down. But other than that, like you can't tell much of that other than he's got these like voluminous like beggars rags on.
Okay.
And like also his like hands and feet are instead of having gloves and boots, they're just wrapped in like linen. That's like kind of been blackened because he's been wearing it and
Yeah, it's all
digging through
muddied
things.
and all that. Yeah. So if your character's passive perception is higher than 10, you notice my character is like watching you as you come in. Probably like a lot of other people in the bar are actually, but in this particular case, I'm like trying to get a sense of if there's anything actually weird about you.
Okay.
There's a lot weird about me, but like I don't know how much you'd be able to tell.
That's up to you. I'm just letting you know that your character notices my character going,
Because the thing is he's obviously like he's wearing things to cover up like most of his body. So
Sure, yeah, maybe I don't recognize. Like what you described to me was a very suspicious looking person. Is what
he looks
Yeah.
he looks kind of like a bum slash ne'er do well, but
sure, yeah.
Yeah, and my character definitely notices you. You see basically a woman with no shoes on, just like straps of like ribbon or cloth around her feet and round her hands, wearing a very sort of tanky, like a sort of very short cut sleeve top and sort of baggy-ishy trousers with a sort of long a dress attached to it, like um, sort of round it, and she has sort of like her hair is like mixed colours. It has a bit of red and pure white in it, and it's very short. And she has a few scars on her face, and even has like a bandage over her nose, like a
I
plaster.
love how you put that. He has a few scars on
She-
her face.
She has a few scars on her face. She even has like a little plaster on her nose.
Well, I'm just gonna like drag myself up the bar, and I'm gonna like kind of like not necessarily like reach in, but just kind of like flip his sleeve, and like a couple coins will like fall into the bar, and he'll say, "Beer."
And this shaky little man will come up and quickly grab your coin and skitter back towards where the barrels are, and he'll pull you a tankard full of about the best thing you could call it. I believe is either a very poor beer or a very good grog.
Oh, those are made completely differently. So,
Well, I'm
Well,
talking
somewhere in
about
between there.
it's yeah,
Somehow.
somewhere's in between, but it's as far as
for some reason, he's mixing sugarcane in with his barley. I don't know.
Well, how
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, exactly.
well, it's I'm trying to get the taste about the taste equivalent to what you would be tasting.
All right, I'll take it, and if he like stares at me too long, I'll just like give him like one of those like don't mess with me looks.
Well, he's staying back. This guy's had a lot
I'll
of
do it
excitement.
anyway. I'll just kind of like lift my head and like uncannily, uncomfortably look at him until he like shrinks away.
Okay, give me a intimidation roll.
Okay, what are we using for dice rolling?
You can use roll 20, or you can use
I'm
real
not logged
dice,
on to roll 20.
or you can use real dice, or I can send you the.
All right. 24
Okay.
intimidation check.
He drops to the floor and covers his head with his hands, and he's shaking pretty violently and sweating down on the floor behind the bar.
All right. Then I'll just drink. Then I'll just start drinking it.
All right. All right. Well, that gets you into the scene, and now let's jump over to Mickey. What are you doing, Mickey?
Well, Mickey has been questioning people at the bar, like
Yeah.
not in a like you must have done it type of way, but more of just he's just trying to be friendly and like ask people what they know. Like I know we left off with him on one table
Yep.
where they already told him that the old lady, the mom, might have been kidnapped, like the other might have been kidnapped at the fields.
Yep.
I found basically a bounty about the kids that I kind of wish we had gotten before we took the case. Because now I'm questioning whether or not we can actually claim the land thing or not. And then there's also the orcs, which I would definitely still say is an option to do in case this missing child thing goes cold.
Yep. Well, give me an investigation roll.
Yeah.
For what you get out of the patrons up at the bar.
All right. Let me see investigation. Ah, crud. I forgot I'm not that smart. I got an 8.
Okay. As you're doing this, you see Ushel up there and getting a drink, and you see the bartender drop to the floor. The other patrons there are saying, well, we don't know anything about that and whatnot. And now after asking them, you find yourself coming up to Ushel.
Oh, all right. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I take a seat? And I kind of just like sit myself next, like not like right next to him, but just across from him. I'm like, can I do a couple of questions? Oh, by the way that Mickey looks, he's basically a 7-foot warforged that's wearing explorer's clothes, but the sleeves have obviously been torn off
Yes.
to actually fit his frame.
I don't know. I came, I came for the drinks, but like, am I supposed to stay for the gun show?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
obviously.
Could be. Uh,
I was like, he basically takes it like, I need, could you help me out here? I'm new. I just got here like about today. I
And
came,
you're a like a Goliath or a Warforged or something.
I'm a warforged.
Guess
and
you're a robot.
and the thing
Robot.
is, and quickly, not to get things sidetracked. I hate to interrupt that one, but Isaac did have a good point on Roll20 where he brought up, and I forgot to remind you, Mickey, when you were rolling that no, you're not blessed, so it doesn't matter. It's just
Yeah.
the monk and the cleric that are still under the bless. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're good.
I'm not blessed.
Okay. Yeah, because you
I had a PTSD
tumbles
moment and I
away.
snuck out of
Yeah.
the circle.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like, no, no,
Okay.
no, I don't want these people like this.
My bad.
A magic circle. Not doing this again.
So she was, and Tifa will also chat to you and say,
Well, hold on, Tifa.
yeah,
But
okay.
right now, I interrupted them. I want them to get their conversation there, and then we'll jump over to Ava, and then we'll come on back to Tifa.
All right, so I'm going to like sit there until, like, just basically stare to my mug for the longest time. As you say that, until it becomes uncomfortably, until it becomes an uncomfortable pause, and then I'm gonna go, free country.
Well, I sit down first, and the thing about him is that even though he's obviously Warforged, so you expect him to be really robotic about his statements, but he actually talks very very energetically. So it's very unlike a Warforged the way he talks.
From all those previous Warforged that you've spoken with.
Yeah. If you ever speak with like Warforged, they're usually very direct, straightforward. Like he rambles on.
All right. Well, I mean, that's what I say. So it's free country.
Well, currently I'm looking at the bounty board over there. I recently spotted that there was a couple of things that were up there, and I'm not really familiar with the town. So, do you live here, like around here?
Okay, I'm gonna sit there, take like I'm gonna like basically bend my head over the glass to drink. As I drink, I'm gonna lift it up, keeping the mug underneath the hood as I drink. I finished like the entire mug before I answer. So it's like an uncomfortably long pause. I set it down, and he goes, "No."
Oh, well, I guess that's awkward then. I mean, well, in case you want to know, bounties are over there. In case you need some extra coin or something. I mean, last I've been told, if you have foreign clothes, it usually means you're a bum. I mean, like me personally, I did this to myself, and I could fix it, but but I mean, no offense, and and I'm not calling you a bum. I'm just saying.
Okay, I look it up and be like, "What's your point?"
Well, it looks like you're a little down on your luck. I mean, you could use some extra coin. Have you ever give bounty hunting a serious thought? I mean, it's a great profession. I mean, it helps sponsor my research whenever I get the chance.
All right, we'll hold that right there, and we'll jump over to Ava to get. What are you up to? You're at that table with that one guy.
That one guy, yeah. Honestly, I've just been kind of paying attention to both of the things that have been happening. both the Bard's Tale that's been going on and the conversations been happening over at the bar.
Okay.
I did see Mickey talking with people. Should I get more information?
I might have knocked one out by mistake. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. And so I think what my character will do is Ava will actually walk over to join the conversation with Mickey and Ushio. And just kind of like standing between them, ask, this is probably a little ways into their conversation because I'm considering what I want to say. I say, what I say is yeah, I know exactly, my human brain not working here. Actually, this is what I say. I walk between them and say to kind of between the two of them, but mostly toward Uchiel. You don't have to keep the hood up. You're indoors. It's a little rude.
Okay, as she says that, says, "Oh, that's a little rude," and I go, "I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna drink," and we go like, "Yeah, I guess it is."
I mean, I don't mind so much. I mean, if it keeps them comfortable, it's fine. I mean, so overall, it's a thing.
I'm gonna attempt to sleight of hand pull the hood off your head.
Ooh. That's not nice.
I'm not a nice person.
Yeah.
That's not true at all. I'm a very nice person, but my character's very concerned about your character right now. So
yeah, give me a.
Do I get any chance to? Do we have to initiative this or something now?
I'm just attempting to use sleight of hand to take it off your head.
Well,
I'm assuming
first,
it's a contested roll of some sort,
yeah,
but I don't know what.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to get to right at the moment before we get to an initiative.
Sure.
Ava, give me your sleight of hand, and you shall give me your perception check.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I mean, it's my perception. What the heck is my perception? Okay.
And Mickey, you can give me a perception check if you want to.
Oh,
I got a 17.
You totally beat my sleight of hand.
Yes.
my perception sucks too. That's also like a 6.
Okay.
So you don't notice me try to take his hood off.
Now,
if I notice what I'm going to try to do is, as his hand's reaching for me, I'm going to grab his wrist.
Ava, did you remember your blessing?
It doesn't apply to skill ability checks. It only applies to attack rolls and saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Assuming it's the blessed spell.
It's guidance that affects skill checks.
It's not. It's sorta, but it's not 100%.
Sure, I'll see if I roll 4 and get a 12. No, I did not succeed against
No,
the
but I was just asking if you remembered it or did it. That's all.
No, I didn't.
And,
I didn't as he's reaching for me, I'm just gonna try to reach up and grab his wrist.
Okay.
Presumably you can. I guess it's a grapple check technically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only that's like if you want to resist me, but I'm gonna grab it. And then if you want to resist and keep going, then that's that.
No, I'll let you. I don't think I want you to grab my wrist, but I don't think I keep going.
Yeah.
So I will avoid the grapple.
All right, I'm going to roll. What is it? Just an
Roll
attack
off.
roll?
Charles.
Yeah. Just roll your attack with your strength modifier. Basically, an unarmed attack we'll use.
I got a 16.
That beats my acrobatics. So.
All right. So, all right, we'll hold that right there for the moment until you guys decide you're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Well,
like, I'm just not.
no,
just,
no,
he's like,
no,
he's
no.
like, he's reaching for my head, and
I'm
Yeah,
I'm just-
you grab my wrist. That's
yeah,
real
I'm
cool.
just being tongue in cheek right there.
No. This is a bar. We're gonna get in a bar fight. That's how this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's the only way this ends.
But Tifa, you're up there with the bard listening to this tale,
Okay.
and
I say to her, "Ah, you have such a soothing voice. I am very impressed with your singing and your wordplay, madam. How long have you been doing this profession for?
a day.
A day. Wow, you're a very talented woman. I must say that.
Some say that, but a girl's got to make a living.
Indeed. Your mother and father must be very proud of you.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Sure.
What
why
happened
not?
to them?
I don't know. Did something happen to him? She'll ask as far as that. They lived out
I don't know.
they live out on one of the farms out on the back road going on up to the north.
Ah, I see. An independent woman.
No,
So you?
She'll say, no, I like to eat.
Don't we all? Don't we all? It was lovely to meet you.
All right, thank you. And now, just because I know if I don't do this, everything's going to go sideways on me as a GM. So I'm going to prevent it by, or hopefully prevent it. It still may go sideways. Is everybody roll me initiatives. This way I know where in the order of things that you'll end up.
Okay.
All right. Who was that? That was Ava. Okay. Tifa.
24.
Yeah. Alrighty. And Mickey, what do you got?
I rolled an 11.
Okay. And usual?
I got a 12.
Okay. 11. Mickey. All right. And
I got a 15, just for
yeah.
posterity's sake.
All right. So what I'll do is I'm going to go to Tifa. You see
Okay.
she's at the top. You're talking with Talus, and what else are you doing? I'm going to give you
Okay.
at least one action right at the moment.
Okay. So she turns to face the bar, And I guess, does she see the gentleman grabbing her friend?
Yeah.
Well-
Well, I guess I don't know. Go ahead.
Well,
My passive perception is 15. So unless you
Is-
want me to roll it, I'll roll it. If not, I'll
well, you're
pay
just
attention.
you're just looking there. 15. Yeah, you would see that it looks like there's a grab of a hand, and you
Okay. So I guess since
or
I
a
was that,
wrist.
all right. So that was a turn.
Yep.
Can I walk as a can I do a move action?
Yeah.
Okay. So I move. How far are they?
I forget what I said. The dimensions were there inside it, but it's a fairly good size tavern
Are they
there.
Are they
So
10 feet, 20 feet away?
they're probably 25 feet away.
Okay. I get there really quickly because I
Okay.
can move. I move. My maximum speed is now 40 because I'm a monk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get up to the area,
Okay.
and
we'll call
I
that.
guess in my
Are you going to put your
and-
sunglasses on? Says we don't like your kind around here, boy.
But we're gonna-
But it's not regular sunglasses. It's the reflective ones.
Yeah.
They're aviators for sure.
and
And-
Tifa, we're gonna stop you right there.
okay.
You got moved up to there. Then we'll go down to Ava. Your wrist is grabbed.
Yep.
Yeah, you would notice that Tifa seemed to come up to the bar.
She's just there somehow. It's like what? Do what? So fast.
Whether she flipped over a couple tables or jumped from tabletop to tabletop, however she
Who
would
knows? Yeah.
want to do that.
Snuck between people real
Yeah.
quick, whatever it was. So there is a moment of tension here with Ava where she's like considering what she should do, but eventually she just sighs and the tension kind of leaves, and she says, "If you're not from around here, then can you at least tell me that you aren't responsible for any of these people dying in the fields?"
I'm gonna like hold his hand, and as I hold that, you notice like his for some reason you see the skin between his the claws on his fingertips is it's sort of a pale almost like pale yellowish color, but it's still fleshish colored, but it's weird.
Right.
know,
It's
like-
gangrenous or something. Yeah.
It's not gangrenous. It's
Okay.
it's just almost like a statue.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "I just came for a drink. Why you bugging me?"
Because we're investigating something.
I'm gonna look at you and be like, "You don't look like a cop to me."
All right, we'll hold that right there,
Okay.
and that'll take care of both of your guys' roles in that. And Mickey, you're right there. You're hearing this. You're in earshot. You're seeing Ava's wrist being held. So, what are you doing? You going on asking other patrons of things, or what?
Well, because I thought I was still at the table when she approached.
Oh, you're at the.
You would have seen them reach for me, because basically, if he was right there, what you would have seen, you would have seen them reach for my head, and then just my hands up and grab it and be like,
Yeah.
The problem is that he didn't actually notice me reaching for your head.
Yeah, I
but
felt
But
that.
you
I
just
felt
grabbed
that.
my wrist.
But what I'm saying, Mickey, is this is all at the bar, and you were up at the
Right.
bar
This is
asking patrons, and then you were right standing next to Usual talking to him when this starting
Yeah.
on up. So you're right there. You're not at a table.
Oh, my bad. I got the location wrong, but I'm still there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, like hearing the exchange they just said now, I basically get up. And I'm like, look, you may not be a cop, but I am a bounty hunter. If you're not related to my
Ooh.
bounty, you better let him go. You better let her go.
Roll an intimidation.
That's no problem.
And
You're a big man. Walking
I'm
into
trying
this
to-
bar.
I'm trying to think what would be a good
That's 19.
opposed there for use or
Could be imposed intimidation. Could be insight,
Yeah.
maybe.
yeah, go imposed intimidation because because he was trying to intimidate. Well, not trying, he did. He intimidated the hell out of that bartender.
Yeah, that poor barkeep.
So yeah, that would. I think it would be more counter intimidation than insight.
All right. So as he does that, I lift my head. I rolled 22 on the die, by the way.
Damn.
Well, I'm.
You rolled
I've got
22
I've got
total. You didn't roll
charisma.
22 on the die. But
Oh,
yes.
I rolled it. I rolled the 17.
Yeah.
And I do that, and I let like the
The
hood fall from my head, and like my absolutely golden locks spill forth. And as you notice that and I've kind of and look him straight in the eye, and I just give him this look like, try it, buddy.
So you pull the hood back.
No, like as I stood up and like lifted my head, just the hood fell off.
Oh, okay.
And I've got like long golden hair, almost like strangely symmetrical features that are unnaturally symmetrical. As I look at him, I mean, he's obviously not human, but he looks humanoid. But he doesn't look like a goblin or like anything like that.
All right, Mickey.
You would have to, if you make a religion check, maybe you'd be able to tell.
Right.
But as I do that, I just look at him, and I don't say anything. I just look at him like square in the eyes with a look on my face that says, "Try it."
So that's the situation you have, Mickey.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So does this mean I still take it? I can still take an action if I want to.
Yeah.
All right. At this time, I guess I will try to actually pull his arm off of Ava. Hey, I said if you're not part of my bounty, you might as well let her go.
All right.
I mean, although I guess it wasn't clear. Did you, when you said it, did you let me go?
I mean, if you withdrew your hand, I would have let it go. But if you're still trying to grab me, I would have held you.
Well, yeah. As soon as you grabbed my wrist, I was no longer trying to grab you.
Okay.
Oh, did he let go already?
Well,
Well,
that's what,
I let
It
go.
was
I let go
unclear. He
like
never-
when I
he never- right.
when I like lifted my hood up. That's when I let him go because you guys are obviously going to try to gang up on me, like the heroes you are.
Exactly,
well, I would.
I wouldn't take an action if they're still not touching.
All right. All right.
Well, it
so,
wasn't. So, and I do that. I just look at you both with this look, and I'm strangely, like, almost inhumanly symmetrical. You might say beautiful, but that would be gay.
I mean, sure. One's a robot, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually like strangely like more asymmetrical than the robot.
That's probably true too.
All right.
But he's obviously he looks like a human. He's got like pale golden, like almost gold white skin and like blonde hair and gold eyes.
And if nobody's going to take any other physical actions,
Nope.
we'll drop out of this initiative flow, and
Well, we'll extend it from 6 seconds to maybe a minute or something.
and you guys can start RPing this
Or what is?
Donnybrook.
Yeah, I sort of like come over and say, "What is going on, gentlemen? What is all the grabbing of wrists and all the fighting all about? The squabbling all about?"
I raise my hands and say, it was my mistake.
Oh, what did you do? Was you trying to rob this man?
Were you trying to rob this man?
No, I was not trying to rob this man. I don't think I've ever robbed anybody in my life. Yet. Anyway,
I did not expect such a cleric to do such a despicable and disgraceful act. I thought that you were a lady of the cloth. You must now go to your temple and confess your sins to your god.
Whoa,
Repent.
I'm going to look at the bartender to see if is he still cowering under the bar.
you don't even see him now.
You should go
With all this going on, you don't. If you're looking for him,
are the taps on like the side of the bar with the bar, or are they on the other side?
they're on the other side, and they're about 12 feet down. Is where the barrels are.
Okay, well, as these people are doing that, I'm gonna get up, look for the bartender. If he's not there, I'm gonna go refill my own mug.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
he's behind you with a knife of death.
I would.
Bartender uses 15th level assassin.
Yeah, secretly also.
I got a 13.
Always assume the
You
bartender
don't-
is dangerous. Always.
You don't notice him.
Oh well, I mean, if he's not there, but he's not. He's obviously not serving drinks on Thursday, so I'm gonna go get a drink.
All right, then you'll move to go over there. How you moving? You move jumping.
I'm just gonna vault the bar. I'm just gonna vault the bar.
All right, give me. Damn.
Give me I want to look cool check.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, whatever. I mean,
Well, you can always trip
15.
All right, you jump over the bar, virtually straight up, and
well, no, straight up. I mean, I just literally, like put my hand on the bar and like swing my legs over and land on the other side.
well, you got a Warforged that's kind of close to you to be able to do that, and you got these other PCs that are real close. That's why I said you did it straight on up, and you land over on the other side of the bar. As far as that, you
But really,
accomplish
it's even
the
more
same
impressive,
thing.
is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. As soon as he jumps over the bar, I say, "Halt, thief!"
What?
All right,
No,
you-
he's not a thief. What are you?
All right,
You need to stop making a lot of assumptions.
Hey, I'm lawful good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that don't mean
are
lawful
you
stupid.
Are you stupid? My character says to your character in response to your lawful good statement.
Yeah.
Anyway, no.
What's lawful good?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Although, then again, I guess you were jumping over the bar, so maybe that's what you're referring to. So maybe I was the stupid one in this thing.
But
Yes.
anyways,
I was
That's-
shouting to the one that went over the beat. I was shouting to the one that jumped over into the bar and like
yeah.
stealing
What?
the beer. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
calling out thief. There you go.
But all right, we got that piece going on. Mickey, what are you doing? Right now we got Ava reprimanding or engaging in verbal lashing with Tifa over the use of the perspective of thievery
Hmm,
when
yes.
nothing at this juncture yet has been taken.
I kind of look at the whole situation. I start kind of laughing a bit. I'm like, you're okay, Blondie.
Okay.
Most people usually piss their pants when I stand up.
All right.
I've seen bigger.
Usual.
Yeah.
You'll make it to the barrels there and with the taps.
All right. And I'll just pour myself a tap and watch these guys bicker.
And
No,
when you pour yourself the tap, you hear a small, timid, shaky voice that that'd be 2 silver.
I look at you and says, "Yeah, who's the thief?"
Who said he wasn't there? Who said she
Price
wasn't
of beer is what, a couple copper usually.
Supply and demand, he'll say. This is all we have in the town.
I'll be like, well, you know what? Put it on my tab.
What tab? 2 silver. You hear this shaky voice.
I give him another intimidation roll. Do I get to an advantage since I intimidated him last time?
Well, the thing is you hear where the voice is coming from back towards the bar, but you don't notice him.
Okay, then I don't notice his voice then.
You hear the voice.
Well, then I would know where he was.
No, not.
Yeah, or well, if I don't notice him, I don't notice the voice. Okay, I pour myself a beer.
No, you can pull yourself a beer. Go ahead and pull yourself a beer. I'm not going to argue over that aspect. The aspect is when you did your perception, you didn't notice him. He's in his situation where he's at. His voice still carries, but your eyesight may still not notice him. He's not that far from you, to be honest.
Yeah, imagine he's whispering at you. Really?
He's
It's just in my head.
normal.
That's the way it is because our characters are bickering, and so we wouldn't hear it presumably.
Yeah, but the bartender is hidden under the bar.
Sure.
Oh, do I see him like stealing beer?
You see him taking you would.
Do you really want to like get in a fight with me? That's okay. This is the point of it, Dave. Do you really want to get in a fight right here and spend the rest of the module doing that?
Module? Ha.
But you did also hear him say that's robbery. What's your passive perception?
15.
15.
Yes.
All right. You would hear that he was asked to give 2 silver. So
okay.
It's not
I put the coins on the bar before I even started drinking. So there you go.
Fair enough.
It's not like stealing. Now, to be honest, when you put the coins on the bar, which time did you do it? The second time when you went and refilled?
Well, I didn't count. I just put the bar in the bar and said, "This is to pay for the night." Have you ever done that? You put a 20 in the bar and just keep them coming.
Yeah, I unfortunately have had nights like that.
Oh, no.
As far as I'm trying to get the flow of what on 2 different
pacing,
things.
Yeah.
That's all. But
no need to retcon anything here.
Yeah, and Tifa wouldn't have noticed that because the bartender took the coin.
Okay. All right. She won't say
no, Tifa, you would have heard, like I said, the bartender asking for the 2 silver when he was refilling. Now that's That's
So
the
that-
dynamic.
that's the
That's the
circumstance.
dynamics that are going on. You got
Okay.
Mickey over there saying, "Hey, that's cool, man."
So she will say nothing if he pays, you know, he would just like smile and like look at the cleric and say, "You need to go repent for your sins for trying to rob that man of his dignity."
Well, I'll let that one play out.
She considers this for a moment, and then she says, "All right, but I'm not sure if I can do it by myself. Would you come with me?"
Sure,
Great.
no
Follow
problem.
me.
All right, she'll follow.
What time is it, Charles?
By this time, it's let me see here.
Sorry,
You guys have been in there for a while.
I have to be the
It's-
goody two shoes.
No, it's good. It's good. Actually,
It's
you
about
prob-
it's
okay.
about 9 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, perfect. That's great.
I'm only
And
playing I'm just playing the good guy.
yeah.
The girl sort of.
Sure. Uh, uh, so what my character's going to do is lead Tifa and myself kind of out onto the roads of the town, and
Okay, let's.
I'm gonna use this as a moment to kind of get a sense of where things are in the town. In particular, heading to the other side of town and to see where where the town borders on the southern side of
Alright,
things, like
so
how close
you're-
the forest is and stuff.
So you're coming out where 5 is.
Yeah, so
And-
I'm heading south on that map.
All right, so you'll be going down the street, and you'll be
Yeah.
seeing. Now the wall around it is a stockade wall. It's plenty tall that from any of these streets that are in here, you're going to see the tops of the stockade. And while you're walking south, you will notice these buildings as far
Okay.
as that.
Okay.
So
Just kind of keeping an eye out, leading Tifa, sorry, and I guess I head east on the map once I get to that branch where there's like the field there. Yeah.
all right, so you're headed
to the
out
right.
that way.
I'm heading that direction. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep following.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll hold that right there.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is going to be a bit complicated, but yeah, I'm out. We're out and about in the town
Okay.
currently. So.
And I'll stop that share there. And all right, back into the bar. You see these two walking on out. You heard them talk about going to talk to her Ava's deity. What are Usual and Mickey doing?
Oh, Mickey's looking at the entire situation, and Mickey's thinking about it, and he's like, "You know what? I'm sorry, man. I didn't know she was gonna try to rob you. They're usually really nice. Would you want another beer or an ale or something?"
I shrug and I drink. Maybe like, yeah, sure. I point to the guy near the bar and say, "Yeah, pay him."
I got extra coin. I could pay him. Let's see. Bartender. Bartender.
Yes.
You would.
Can I get another ale for my what's her name? For the blonde guy over here.
That'll be 2 silver.
No problem.
Just throw it on the floor behind the bar.
No problem. Okay.
I look at him and I'd be like, that's actual robbery.
And if you want to give me a useful, because Mickey has no chance of seeing him from where he's at.
Yeah.
But you want to give me another perception check. From the two different conversations, the one with you and then the one with Mickey, you can try to see where he's hiding.
I got a 17.
All right. You see him in that back, in a dark corner under the bar where the bar actually elbows back, hiding back into the dark shadows under there. You'll see that he's kind of inching his hand out, like he was trying to grab the silver as it hit the floor. But as long as you're behind the bar, he's not coming on out because you scared the bejesus out of him earlier.
Well, then I guess he doesn't want to get paid.
But that's the scenario going on there.
Well, I'm the one paying, so like I had no problem like dropping the two silver on the floor behind the bar. I'm like, I guess.
I'm going to like pour myself another mug.
All right. And what I'm giving you guys some time because it took them a little bit of time to walk.
I'm just gonna drink it, and I'm just gonna sit there and be like, "Is this town always so friendly?"
Well, I'm not from around here. I mean, this is where me and my compatriots ended up stopping by. But yeah, I'm telling you, because I believe Ava's the one that told me about the whole tears make you look like a bum thing, and you can use a little bit of something on your clothes here.
They're like, vanity.
A Warforged fashionista.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, vanity is a sin.
No, I mean, I don't care. It's just what I was told.
No, I'm loving the idea of you doing that.
Somebody told you to jump off a bridge. Would you do that too?
I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't hurt me if I did.
Depends on the bridge.
I guess that's also fair. I mean, I don't know how to fly. I mean, I don't even know if I could. Question. Could I fly? Okay.
Well, let's go. Well, I'm gonna grab my 2 mugs of beer now. Is there a bridge in this town?
Yes.
Bart says, "Well, let's go to the bridge and find out, buddy."
Let's see here. Let me share that. Get over here, and
I'm gonna take the beer with me and wander up the street and head over to the bridge.
Now, Mickey and them know that there's a bridge right here. You came in from this way, usual, and you know there's a bridge down here. So
whichever one is higher.
Well, they're both about the same. So it's just which way are you guys going to go?
I don't know. Where's the bar?
The bar is right here.
I would go to
you're basically equidistant.
I don't know. I'd go to the south one looks like that's got more of a cliff, so I'd go that.
All right. So the usual starts walking on down this way. What are you doing, Mickey?
With the mug of beer in each hand.
We'll see. All right. I was like, well, I ain't drinking, so I already know what bounties I need to find.
All right. It's about 9 o'clock at night, so it's getting where it's somewhat dark here.
It's okay. I can see in the dark
in the streets. Yeah, but not everybody can.
I can't. I actually pull up my torch and I kind of just tap it and I turn it on.
All right.
I press PlayStation.
So you're following him. I'll say you'll see Tifa and Ava right on down about here.
And look at the
When
guy and they
when you
go, so you want to find out if you can fly?
Well, no, I know I can't fly.
Oh, you just said you didn't. You thought you could. You said, "Oh, maybe can I fly?"
No, it wasn't like that. Well, the thing about me is that I'm still learning my craft. So, as far as I'm aware, I don't know how to fly now. I could learn later. That's only if I like learn it. So I think that's how it works.
Well, you got to practice to learn things.
All right, we'll hold you guys there, and let me see. I'm gonna have to. I'll put this right there, and let's see here. We'll make a light blue. I'll say you guys made it to about there. Oh, it only does red, I guess, on that. And we'll go here, and I'll try the light blue there, and we'll say the other two are right there. As far as that. Now we're over to Tifa and Ava.
Okay. So Tifa will be behind Ava, like just following her.
Sorry, there we go. Now I'm not muted. So Ava is gonna start by heading toward that gate over there.
Okay, heading this way.
And heading over there, do I see some guards that maybe are?
You'll see two guards on the inside of this gate here.
Okay, I'll just kind of come up to them and say, do you mind if she and I can go onto the palisade? I just wanted to get some fresh air, and I'm sure the view looks really good up there.
They'll say, I wouldn't recommend it, ladies. With the strange happenings that have been happening around here, the Palisades may not be the safest place for you.
Yeah, well, we're actually kind of here to hopefully deal with that issue. Hence and I kind of show them the mace that is faintly glowing
Okay.
in the evening light.
All right. He'll say, go ahead at your own peril. So which side of the Palisades are you going on?
I won't go too far. I think I'm just gonna go up kind of the south.
So you're going this
Yeah, that
Palisade
direction,
or
but
this
just
one?
go the first one that you
Okay.
did, just a little bit up it, not like basically if there's some steps up there, I might even just sit down at the steps, but I did want to get a look out past the top of it to see what is out in those two directions, those two gates.
All right. Boom. Right there. I'll put you guys. You moved on up there.
And
She
assuming
follows.
okay, yeah, I was about to ask. And I will turn to Tifa at this point and say might be a good idea to get a sense of the town, I thought, and it's common practice for acolytes of Sayaning to commit their prayers in time in the evening. Usually the full moon, but that's for like special events. So.
Ah, interesting. How wonderful! I must say, your belief and your culture does fascinate me.
Well, I'm glad to hear it because I'm going to explain to you how a person seeks repentance for the Church of Standing, and I'm going to. It's it's a very bland Sunday school-esque teaching. Like I'm gonna be a good person, and obviously all the things we all think are good things are what Sahanding practices, kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
But there is some details included. We'll call them ritual practices that Ava goes into explaining for Tifa. Um, and so
She
that's
just listens.
okay. Fair enough. I probably don't spend too much time on that. Basically, as soon as it seems like you're getting bored, I will stop. But like that could be an hour, easy. Of me just explaining that too. If you want me to, I can give you something. If you're looking for something in particular, David, I can give you some piece of information or detail that you might want. But
Tell me of this light of the moon that blesses you.
And if you're looking out this direction, kind of towards the east, you'll see
kind of both, really, just to get a sight of the horizon. But yeah.
Yep, you'll see off this way mountains after a bit, with trees and such that are a forested type mountain. Off this way, over there, you'll see huge cultivated fields. And if you looked up this way, you'll find a couple smaller cultivated fields and a couple farmhouses. And
Cool.
that would be about the extent that you'd really possibly be able to see with your like dark vision.
And dark vision for sure, yeah.
But yes, tell me the name of your god or goddess or whatever you call your holy one.
There's a lot of names, but we'll say the common man's name, the colloquial name is Sayaning. And
I never heard of such a deity.
Okay.
I know.
And
and
we'll hold that right there. I want to get the other guys coming.
Yep.
Mickey and Yusul, you're right there. What do you? You're kind of coming down the street. You doing anything particular, or just walking?
We haven't even gotten to the bridge yet.
Yeah,
Well, no, not at the moment. You're walking, and I'm trying to keep because there's two separate time frames that are going on off the same thing. I'm trying to get you caught up to them, time wise, not necessarily space wise. So
well, I'm gonna head over to the bridge and be like, "Wow, you need to practice if you want to learn how to fly."
I mean, I that makes sense. The only thing about it is that, like, it takes more than just hoping to fly. I mean,
what I can teach you. I know how.
You know how to fly?
Yeah.
And you'll get to, we'll say right about there, and you see that there's two guards and the gate's closed.
Well, then I would go to the other one that's on the cliff. I'm going to number 1 because there's a cliff there.
Okay, then you'll turn, you'll get up to we'll say about there, and you'll see two guards with that gate closed.
Well, I mean, are the gates on which side of the bridge?
The bridge is here. Let me get that. You're still
well, there's a river there, so
yeah, you're still inside the city is what I'm saying right here. The gate's closed for the evening.
You're heading to 1, right? Is that right? Yeah, it doesn't. The bridge is important. He just means he's heading to 1 on the map.
Yeah. All right. Well, you'll get there.
I can teach you. You want to see?
And you'll get to the gate, and the guards will stop you. Where are you going?
Okay. What kind of gate is it? Is it just like a drawbridge or?
It's a wooden palisades gate that swings and shuts. I'll put-
Okay, but is there like how high up is it? I mean, is there a wall there or is it just a cliff?
No, you don't see through it or past it. There is a wall. It's a stockade fort with a palisade. You're talking that it's at least 20 feet up in the air from the bottom of what you would see to the top of the gates and the logs that were cut.
I'm gonna drink my beer and like bang on the gate with the thing. Says, "Let me out! I gotta piss."
We can't let you on out. Not be accountable for you. It's dangerous out there these nights.
What are you, my mom?
No,
Mm.
he's not going to be too confrontational. But I have my orders.
Well, to be fair, people that do drink do a lot of really dumb things. So if you did go outside to pee, would you really feel bad if you got killed by something?
I don't know him, so
I'm
the
just
feel as
putting it
far
out
as
there.
feel bad, no, maybe not.
I'm just saying because like apparently that's the risk he's willing to take. I
That's what I want.
think I'll be fine. So I can fight for myself if I needed to. And he seems party. So
All right, I'm not going to argue with you. You want to take your lives in your hands? Go ahead. And he'll open up one side of the gate just enough to let you guys through.
I always have a way with words when it comes to guards. Just like assuming that I did something.
They just don't want to get in trouble. These guards, they're not overly convicted to stopping strangers from committing suicide.
All
in
right,
their
so I'm just
mind.
gonna head over to the edge of the cliff or the bridges and says, "Oh, here's your first lesson." And I look at him and I look
Okay.
like, "Are you coming too?"
Hmm?
Are you coming?
Well, you haven't really explained how we're supposed to do this.
Okay. Well, the first trick is I point down to the bottom of the ravine, and it says, "The first trick to learn how to flying is don't hit the bottom." Once you've mastered that, the rest is easy.
All right, show me.
All right. So I'm gonna try to hook elbows with him.
All right, and we'll hold that scene right there. We'll flop over to the other two that are engaged in a night air rendezvous, so to say.
Rendezvous.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So Tifa will follow.
yeah. So I guess I'll roll. Trying to decide. I guess performance would be what it would be to keep you interested, or
No,
No,
I'll
she's
let you
very
two. I'll let you two
she's
work
very
that
interested.
without roll.
okay. Well, hmm.
No, she's very interested. She's like, don't
Okay.
forget, she's very interested in what you're doing.
Okay, sure. Um, So yeah, Iva shows you her holy symbol, which is a Celtic knot crescent moon facing upwards toward kind of a setting sun blue sky. Explains that every night of the full moon there is a holiday, which is usually about 29 solar days and then 30 alternating.
I see.
And there's a really big festival that happens every decade or so when the full moon is at its largest, closest to the planet that happens.
I see. How
And-
beautiful.
And what is your 2 passive perception?
Mine is 15.
Okay.
Mine is 16.
Okay. Nice. All right. As you got you're explaining this about I'm trying to work this within your vision. About 90 feet out, you see this large shape in the sky.
Oh my! A unusual big giant thing over the sky.
And we'll leave that there and jump back to Mickey and Usul. You were the one was saying just hold arms and show me where's that
Yeah,
going?
I'm gonna go.
Well, I said show me, and he hooked my arm.
Yeah, and then like it would have taken like 5 seconds. You had to switch over for.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, you coming?
How far did
1, 2,
This better not kill me.
3, and I go. Are you gonna resist?
Honestly, I don't even know what you thought we were gonna do. So like, I kind of I'm still like trying to confirm how far down it is. So I kind of just like held there.
Well, you can see you're using your torch, so you can see that there's water down there, and it would give you the perception that it's only probably about 5 feet to the
Okay.
water.
It's fine. So like, yeah, I'll jump with you. I just need to like, depending on how high it was, would determine how confident I was in this attempt. So I would have just gone with the jump then. So yeah, he says 3. I'll hop off.
Okay. How much do you weigh?
Ooh, that's a good question.
3 tons. No.
Nah. I
You
did
get
give
pulled
myself a
down
weight,
with it.
though. I do believe I did give myself a weight though. So let me just look. Well, I guess I didn't. But it would be fair to say that I was on a heavy 2 something, just because of what he's made of. So I'd say like a good 275.
I mean, like not all Warforged are made out of like heavy steel.
Actually,
no.
I believe most of them are made of wood, or at least partially made of wood.
Yeah, like
Well, like some of them are mithril, and only the ones like I only really consider you're like super heavy if you have the heavy armor like proficiency for them. But
oh yeah, but he's I'm mostly just giving that dude a height. Like he's more like he's slender but tall. So like that's what I was saying. Like,
you're probably within my carrying capacity, so I'm going to activate my what the heck is it called? Celestial. No, it's not what it's called. I didn't write it down. But it's whatever my SMR protector ability is called. I think it's. I have to look it up. So I had the book open. Basically, what it does is it gives me a flying speed of 30 for 1 minute.
Oh.
And I sprout glowing wings at the back of my. They're all tattered like my cloak, but they still work, and I fly them over to the other side.
Oh. Whoa. Damn. How did you get the wings? I don't have wings.
They're like,
Your
"That's
body
the-"
comes with wings? That's a great modification. I want that modification.
And then I land and be like, see, and that's how you fly.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. But like, But how did they just go like that? Like I didn't hear any incantation or anything like that.
And
You use like a focus or something?
what
I just shrug and say, practice.
is your guys' passive perceptions?
Mine's 10.
All right.
I got a 14.
All right. Okay. You guys don't notice nothing as far as what's going on there. That. So you get to the other side. Let me.
And,
get
the
that.
thing is, not only are they wings, but they're specifically glowing wings that are made out of radiant that give me like bonuses to radiant energy damage if I were to attack
You're
somebody.
there. So
I feel you. It's more like the thing I would see. Obviously, the guy's never met. I never met anyone who could do that. So he's kind of just on a like, God damn.
And I'll land and be like, and there's your first lesson.
and we'll switch over to the other two.
And I'll finish my beer.
Okay. We'll switch over to the other two.
So we see this thing flying in the sky.
Yeah, about 90 feet out.
Alternative. Oh, 90 feet. Okay, fair enough. So it's not super high in the sky. It's actually pretty close.
Yep.
Alternative, just kind of seeing this dark shape and say, do you have like an arrow or something? Or something you could throw up there? Actually, I have something I could throw up there. And assuming your character doesn't have a shuriken or something to give to me.
I have. He sort of like opens up her hands, and you see nothing. He doesn't even carry a weapon.
Nothing. All right.
I got a dart, but I don't know if a dart will be able
That will
to
work
reach.
if you give it to me. But you show you open hands, I go, okay. I guess I'll look at my back.
I mean, I have got a dart, but I don't know if a dart will be able to reach that far up.
It will
Nope.
get close enough for my purposes.
Okay, I'll give you one of my little darts.
I cast light on the dart and then
Okay.
chuck it up there to see what I can see.
All right. So you're building a makeshift flare.
I'm building a flare / torch. It's not a flare in the sense that it goes and then it's gone. The light will stay on, but yeah, I will see it as long as it hangs close enough to it to get that 20, 40 foot distance there.
And you'll what you'll do is you'll see this silhouette of that looks like a very corrupted looking vulture. It'd be about the closest that you would figure out.
So what I'm hearing is that what I see there is a vulture.
Corrupted looking vulture. I mean,
You don't need to be redundant. It's just a vulture.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure I was making myself clear.
Yeah. How would you say it's corrupted? Is that it got tentacles and extra eyes, or?
It seems larger than what a normal vulture would be. It's almost as big as a war horse. and it seems like there's boils or tumors along its neck and at top of its head. The beak looks very serrated and gnarled. It almost looks sickish in some ways that you catch for just a glimpse because the light's not that good that far away, and your dark vision's only going to give you so much of it.
Yeah, it was just to get close enough to sense of it,
Yep.
and that doesn't look good. So I turn to Tifa and say, "We should not be up on here," and start. I will ready my action to head down the stairs as quickly as possible as soon as Tifa starts doing the same.
Yeah, sure. I'll follow.
Okay.
All right.
Are the guards still down there?
Yeah, the guards are still down there.
I said, do you see that thing?
Yes, what was it?
To the guards, but yes, also you.
All right. So you're back. You guys are back down there talking to the guards, and the guards will be saying, "See what?" And
You-
then we'll jump back over to Mickey and Usual.
I don't know. So, I was always taught that I had to focus to get these abilities to work. Are you sure you're not? Are you using anything?
No,
Then how?
you have to focus. What the? You don't just do it.
No, this form doesn't have any wings attachments, man.
How terrible.
I mean, it has its benefits. I mean, I don't usually have to buy my drinks.
What do? Drink your own? You drink oil?
No. Actually, I'm quite surprised I don't actually need to do anything like that.
And about now, all four of you will hear this strange caw sound, and I'll need
Mechanics.
first I'll need perception rolls to see if you hear a secondary sound over that.
I got a 19.
All right.
Nice. All right, I got a 15 on the die.
All right. What's your modifier?
Oh, my wisdom's 0, so I don't got one.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Any of you guys get 20 or better?
Ava got 21.
Okay. You'll hear what sounds like an old human scream. It was real faint though, over this hideous sounding call, and it's coming with the, since you got the perception, and all of you know it's coming basically from the north, but Ava, you think it's coming a little bit more from the just a bit northwest of
So
where you guys
where
are.
I'm currently at with that star,
Yep.
it would be northwest on the map.
Yeah,
So it
northwest
would be like
on the
towards
map.
6
Maybe,
or 5, maybe.
or
Or
maybe
would it be
maybe
okay.
maybe up around here is where you're thinking. The rest of them would probably be thinking more up around here.
Okay. Oh, I see now. Okay. Well, first of all, I hear this caw sound, this cawing sound.
And with that, with the cawing sound, give me all of you give me a Constitution check.
Oh, check or save?
Save.
Yeah, now I can add a D4.
It's a 16 for me.
All right. No effect. Anybody get less than a 10?
Not me.
Okay. Then no effect. If you got less than a 10, then let me know. Otherwise,
I got a
no effect.
6. I got a 6, so I got less than 10.
All right.
You might want to roll the D4 to see if you get a 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Instant
four.
death.
Hey, I got a 4.
Oh,
6,
okay.
7, 8,
10.
9, 10. On the nose.
All right. No effect. But you feel a little there at a moment. You were starting to feel a little afraid, but yet you must have twisted your head and saw Ava and steadied yourself. So that's what you're hearing. That's kind of what you felt. What are you guys doing? One set of you are inside the city, the other is outside the city.
Also,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, so just to verify, so there's two different color, like, two different.
Yeah,
No.
like how far does this thing reach?
The sound
Yeah.
reached across the whole town out to where you guys are at, where you heard it.
You can hear birds for like yards, and this is a horse-sized bird.
What was that?
I don't know.
Huh.
To
That was
clarify
nothing,
here,
just a bird.
just some stupid bird. Just to clarify here, Charles,
Yes.
the cawing of the bird is up and to the north,
Yes.
and then that old man was maybe a bit closer to the that I heard was
for
over
you.
there.
For you, the cawing and the man sound like it was coming from here.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're on the other side of town, so it's like there's no way we're gonna get there.
The town isn't very big, so
And,
my character is
for
going to try
the
to
Yeah,
get
but the
over
gates
there.
are closed.
The other guys are hearing it, and it sounded like it's coming from here, and they didn't hear the human sound.
Yeah. So sorry. Finish your what you guys are doing. Sorry.
As I said before, that didn't sound right. So I'm gonna go check it out. Because you remember? I don't know. Were you there when the bard sang that song?
What bard? There was
The
no
bard.
bard.
There was a bard in the tavern.
Whatever. I'm gonna, since I still have the wings going for a minute, I'm gonna fly over the town.
Okay. You're flying over the town, and if you're flying in that direction, you won't have no problems getting there. What's Mickey doing?
Oh, so you just left me? Damn.
I mean, I couldn't fly that far carrying a big 250-pound robot.
I'm actually 290. But I'm looking at the weight, looking at the way the weight's supposed to be, I'd be at 290.
I mean, I've got a 14 strength, so I can
That's
be
fine.
within my
Oh, yeah.
character capacity, but I'm just like at a half movement or something.
Oh yeah, you would actually be able to carry me. That wouldn't be a problem. I think I have the same strength. So
All right,
you would
so-
be able to lift me.
So you're carrying Mickey along with you, flying over to where you think that you heard the sound, correct?
I don't know. Only if you like told me to carry him, because I wouldn't think to do it otherwise.
Okay. This is the dynamic that I'm trying to get down, so I'm clear on it.
I was like, that's what I was just like. It was like, would you mind? I really don't know how you do it.
Ugh, you weight so much. So I guess I'll hook him by the shoulders and carry him over.
Okay, and you're heading where you heard the sound, correct?
Sure.
Okay. I'm trying to get these things down.
If I
before
dash, I can move
for this,
30,
for this, it's
90
not,
feet.
for this, it's not going to be a big issue as far as that. Now, Tifa and Ava, what are you doing?
I will look toward Tifa and the soldiers who didn't seem to notice anything. I look at the soldiers first and go like, "Really? You didn't see the light? Whatever."
Yeah.
I turn toward Tifa and then say, "That came from the graveyard.
Yes.
Do you think you can
That
get
is,
there, or should we go together?"
I can get there pretty quickly, but how fast can you move?
I start running, and that explains my movement is 30
Okay.
feet.
Fine.
Is
I
normal.
I walk up. I walk up to you and scoop you up in a fireman's carry and run with you at a pace of 80 feet.
That would be so cool. What is your strength score?
My strength is 13 plus 1.
All right. With all my equipment, I weigh 220 pounds.
Could I carry that, Charles?
Well, you can, well, let's see here. You can attempt to carry it, but your movement probably would be that of,
He would slow down probably.
about well, under normal for 30 would be 5 feet. You can move what? 40?
40,
So
yeah.
you can only move.
I'm doing the
with
dash
hit-
action.
Yeah. Would be 10 feet. So you could only move 20 feet, I'd say, doing a dash, doing that.
Oh well, I
You
guess
go,
I'll let you
I'm
walk
gonna pick
then.
you. Oh, okay, nope. You're wearing scale mail.
Nope. Yeah, you're wearing scale out. I go, nope. You're. I was
I'm
gonna.
totally light.
I
Don't
was
worry
gonna
about it.
carry you. I was gonna carry you, but I guess now we'll have to walk with you then and make sure no one hurts you and protect you as much as I can.
Why don't you protect
I
the
do
old
not wish to
man
leave you
over
behind.
there? Okay, fine. Yeah, let's just go.
Let me
So we're moving
find,
at 30 feet. We're
Yeah.
gonna get there.
all right.
Yeah.
Let me, I want to find the scale here, and that's really not giving me the scale. So
It's like 4 blocks to get across this town, which is
yeah.
a few minutes, I would say, by normal walking pace.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to get it in my head right at the moment. Something is,
Yep.
come on.
Maybe this town is miniature and we're actually like as tall as the houses are, and then it's only like
All right, there we are. That's what I'm kind
in
of
the bar. We
wondering.
actually were like bending over, like, hi.
Actually, I wouldn't be able to pick you up. Actually, I wouldn't be able to pick you up at all. My strength is like, actually, my strength is 8.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm weak.
I mean, hey, I know of monks that have high strength, but not a lot. And so
Yeah.
when I saw you,
No.
I was like, oh, 13, you're close.
Yeah,
But no.
all
My
right,
carrying
I get
capacity is
-1 modifier to all
290.
my strength. Wow.
As you were landing,
I just want to see him try to pick you up and then, oh, I'll carry you.
Immediately.
as you're landing, Yusra, and with Mickey, you're on there. You're hearing some hurried footsteps coming up the road, right up over here is about where you're hearing the footsteps. You're already landed, so you guys take an action or two. And
No way, I don't see anything. Because
well,
like
you're right. You're right here. You see whatever out here in the grassland, the pasture side of town, that your normal dark vision would allow you to see.
Well, you haven't said if there's anything there. You say we see whatever there is, but you haven't said there's anything there to see.
Yeah, normal grasslands, pasture is what I said. That's what you
And a person
see.
coming up the road.
And you hear footsteps coming up the road, running here.
Okay.
You wouldn't see them because there's this ruined debris here from where you're at, and your dark vision's not necessarily that good.
Yes, but I would see it because I would be flying over it, so I could see in between them and over them.
Flying over, depending upon how low that you're flying. If you're flying nap the earth,
I would have to go over the buildings to fly over the town.
I understand that, and this is what I'm saying. You may be you may be flying high enough where you didn't notice them per se. Is all I'm saying. Since you didn't tell me how high you were flying, it's not a crucial thing for the story, but
It kind of is if there's things there and I see them before they jump out and attack me.
right the
All
moment
right, so I'm going to attack his character.
no,
Just kidding.
you guys are running up here. They have
I-
these actions to look around, and basically
I
giving
know.
them a surprise.
As I'm flying over the ruins, because I didn't say I landed, you assumed I landed. I didn't say that I landed.
All right.
Is there anything do I see there?
No, you don't.
Okay, then I'm just gonna drop this guy off and like circle the.
That's fine. Like as soon as he.
All right. And as you're circling, you're seeing a lantern light coming out from here. You see. Do you have your torch up, Tifa?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that moving quickly. So you see about 3 lights as you're circling about here, and you'll see a couple people moving quickly. Tifa and Ava kind of went past the 2 guards that were walking from the gate here on up there, looking about for what they heard that was going on.
Fine. So I walk a bit faster. I'll walk about 40 feet in front of people.
And all right,
what do I see?
Well, first of all, which direction are you going?
Towards the same direction as everyone else.
You going in the direction that you heard things, or are you going in the direction that Ava told you that she heard things?
Ava told me.
All right, so you're going up here. You'll be up here.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. The guards will be about 20 feet behind you. Ava, what are you doing? You still moving towards this?
Yeah, so I'm probably going at roughly the same pace as the guards are, but I probably turn off into the graveyard first.
Into the
graveyard.
Okay.
I turn off towards 7 along the road there.
Okay.
And that's where I look for stuff.
All right.
So I'm not where you put me. I turn off at the road and then follow. That's kind of the direction I go.
Yeah.
As it were.
And you'll see that two lanterns, the guys walking that way. You'll see a torch where they're running on up over that way, which you could possibly surmise would be Tifa. For that would be a little dim, but you'd be able to see, and you might notice a grayish figure going off into the cemetery.
Okay. I
hold on.
attempt to.
This is
Oh,
hold on. This is user that I was explaining that to while
Okay,
he was
well,
flying.
I'm wondering if the sound came from here, and I was here. Why did I fly out of my way to this side of the thing? That's what I want to know.
Because
Instead of going to where the noise was.
this is where you heard the noise with your perceptions.
So what you're really wondering is why all these people are going the wrong way.
Mm. Okay, well, I mean, I attacked them all because they're dark figures in the night. I don't know. I fly over to the area
Kill them
All
all.
right. You'll see
because
when you fly
they have
over
to drag this out.
well, I'll hold my tongue. You see Tifa over here with a torch. You see the guards that are about here when you get over there. You see this darker figure here, a grayish figure with your dark vision, which would look like Ava. And you'll still notice your flight companion over here, Mickey. And since we've left Mickey kind of out of things for a bit, Mickey, what are you doing while you're over there? You're seeing shadows coming up from the lanterns through this.
Okay, so basically, I'm noticing the lanterns that are heading towards my direction.
Up the road where you guys came in, yes.
Okay. All right. I start looking around to see if there's anything I can notice right away.
Looking where? Around the grass pasture?
Yeah, just around the grass pasture and everything.
You don't see anything.
All right. Hey, did I kind of like scream out like, "Hey, did any of you guys hear that?"
And you guys will hear Mickey hollering that, and Mickey, you'll hear the two guards say, "Who's over there?" And they're hollering that off kind of like in your direction. They've turned and the lights are kind of waving back and forth. They're trying to pick you out from where they're on the road here through the ruin.
Well, I do have a torch on me, so I've been like, I can flail it around.
Yeah, but they're seeing that. They're not seeing. They're just humans. They don't have dark vision. The
okay,
20,
so they can't see that far.
20 feet is about the most usable for their lanterns that they got. Very cheap ones.
I'm gonna yell in response. I'm gonna say, we need to spread out. Somebody was attacked out here. Probably that giant bird.
Wait, someone was attacked down here?
Spread out.
Oh shit. Okay, now I'm gonna be looking at the ground.
All right.
cool.
Tifa, what are you doing? You hear that?
I start looking around. I start moving 40 feet, walking.
Okay.
Walking around the area to check it out. So, do you want me to roll a perception roll?
Not right at the moment. And
okay.
Go ahead, user. What do? You hear that being yelled out? The voice is familiar.
That asshole tried to steal your money. Oh wait, no, not the person.
I don't know if there's nothing there. I'm just gonna nothing there. Because I mean, cemeteries are not overgrown usually. I mean, is there any place where anything can hide? Because I can see, like 60 feet and then like 120 feet, like shadows.
And there's, you see a lot of headstones there.
Well, if there's nothing moving in between the headstones, then I don't do anything because there's nothing other than headstones.
Right. You don't see anything moving between the headstones. Only thing you see moving is what you perceive to be Ava. And
who is looking between the headstones?
Yeah.
Or something else.
And then you have Tifa, I'll say, because she has a light up there. You see that moving about up where the star is, where Tifa is. You see the torch of Mickey's moving about there, and you see the two guards that had lanterns, they start spreading out. One will go over towards Mickey on the lower side here, and the other will go over towards the lower side of the cemetery over here.
And for clarification, even though I have dark vision, I do have that mace.
Yeah.
So it produces some light.
Yeah. We'll say 5 foot.
It has a specific number, but 5 feet is fine for now. I'll look it up when I have time.
But
There's nothing going on, so I'm not going to do anything.
all right, you still just flying about.
Seems good.
Sure. I mean, if I don't see anything, there's nothing to do. I mean, looking between the headstones seems I could see anything that would be between the headstones from above.
All right. After about 20 minutes of searching, up over here, Tifa will find a hideous corpse.
Okay. She walks up to it, shines the light upon it, and
You almost trip over it because of the torch and the grass and just moving about and not having good night sight. And
she goes, oh my, and she crouches down to shine the light on the body and see what it looks like.
All right, you saying anything out loud to?
Yeah, I say, I sort of shout out, I found a body, like that.
All right, that's what you all hear. The guards will start moving from their positions of over here, the one that went here, the other
and
one.
as I do that, I wave my torch backwards and forwards, in the like a person would do.
I start making my way over there. Hearing
right.
all
And you hear that, Yusra? Coming from up over in this direction. Ava, you hear it and off and such. Y'all get up there. You see this humanoid looking, or what would be perceived as possibly a humanoid that looks to be splayed on out, almost flattened, some real strange marks on it. And I'll let you take it from there.
This poor person was mutilated. I'd never seen such a dreadful sight.
This is just awful.
I'm gonna investigate this thing so hard.
All right, give me an investigation roll.
Like, does it even look like it was like properly fed on, or does it look like it was like mutilated and just left there?
It would appear that it was mutilated in a strange way, and that yes, it was kind of left there. To get more than that, you'd have to either give me an active perception or investigation.
So, when I look at the mutilated body, is there any scratch marks or any
There's lots
sign of?
But
okay, can I do?
Ava, what did you?
Can I do?
13.
13. All right. You would notice that there's no blood. That would stand out first in your mind.
Continue.
Okay. Can I do a animal handling to figure out what type of animal leaves these kind of scratches?
No, but you can do a nature check to see if there's
nature.
Um,
Uh,
I want to do a. I think I want to do an Arcana check to see if I recognize any sort of ritual that would require like removing a lot of blood, but not having to do anything with the body, or at least like I guess just to check if there's anything about the way the body's been murdered, to see if it's similar to like anything I've heard of before.
What sort of ritual is this?
Well, yeah, roll Arcana check.
Nice. It's the only knowledge I actually have a plus in.
All right.
All right, that is going to be a 10.
All right. You can't place any ritual that would apply to that. And let's see here. Yeah. What did Tifa get for the nature check?
David?
oh, she got a 16.
A 16. Oh, okay.
Yes. It's in
And
roll 20. I got a 16.
yeah, all right. With my roll 20 screen with this screen up is real tiny, so it's hard for me to see that. That's why
Okay,
I'm
no
asking.
problem.
Yusra, what are you doing?
You're muted, by the way. No, you're not.
Yeah. I don't know. There's nothing going on, so I'm just going to hang out and let these guys do their thing.
Okay, you're still flying about.
I mean, I only have a minute of it, so I guess I'd land.
Okay. And
But I'm just gonna like perch on one of the. I'm just gonna like land on one of the headstones and just kind of perch on it and watch them.
okay, let's say
I mean, they're looking at a dead body, and I'm like, yep,
Yeah.
that's a dead body.
we'll say you're on this headstone then. That sound reasonable?
Like, yep, that's a dead body.
And such. So with a 16, what you the only thing that you would pull away is that it looked like strange, but huge talons that tore this person apart.
Okay. So if you say, I cannot tell what type of animal it is, but it seems that this poor human was teared apart by talents, like you will see on an eagle or a bird of prey.
But you would know that it was a lot larger than just an eagle.
Yes, but she's trying to give an example.
Yeah, the size
Wasn't
of
big
the
enough,
talon.
yeah.
Basically, I'm just trying to give examples to the guards so they
Yep.
understand what a talent is. Because they
And,
might not be that smart.
They'll be pushing their lanterns over, and they're trying to figure out who it is and such. And it's so disfigured that they're having a hard time with that.
When do I notice them trying to figure out who it is?
Oh yeah, it's very self-evident
Okay.
because they're holding the lanterns up to about where the head
Right.
would normally be. They're they're real close to the body and trying to inspect it. The clothes are shredded from the front. What you would assume is from the front.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to kind of just kind of mentally whisper a prayer to Sayanine to kind of guide me in the right path here. And then we'll cast Mending on the face. And and see if that repairs it sufficiently or at all.
Okay. Let's see here.
I can send it to you on Roll20 here.
Well,
There's the
well, I
description.
was gonna look up on the book.
Wherever works for you.
But no, it doesn't matter. It's just
Nice.
okay, nothing happens.
Okay. Noticing that nothing happens, I will say to them, I will say to them, I might have something that will help you recognize this person, but it will take me a moment to cast. Should we bring this person back into the city?
And the guards will say, no, we don't want that evil, that corruption, this misfortune into the city. We can't bring it on in there.
Okay. I guess keep an eye out then. And let whoever you need to let know.
They'll send the one guard will say, I'm gonna go get Eldritch, and so he heads on back to the town and to the temple. The other one will is basically just standing guard.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Purify Food and Drink on the body. Now, it might not count as food and drink, obviously. But my intention here is to determine whether, if it is food and drink, it's non-magical or not. Because if it was made magical through some process of it losing its blood, then Purified Food and Drink would have no effect.
You would think that the spell worked.
So it was not magical and close enough to food for it to count. Okay. Okay. So, I will turn to Mickey and say, and I will say the first thing to Mickey. I'll say the body wasn't turned into some sort of magical ritual component. There's something else to it. Did you find out anything, Johnny?
I think he's sleeping.
I think he is too.
Who?
I'm hearing some.
was
Sounds like snores, but
Oh, well.
light snores.
That's not
but-
me, because I was on mute.
No,
Yeah.
it was Mickey.
No, I believe
now
you.
who muted Mickey? Did Mickey mute himself?
I did.
Oh, okay. All right. So Mickey's standing dumbfounded for the moment.
Dumbfounded. He's considering his options or something.
Yes. Yusro. Up on the headstone, you see the one guard head back to town. You see them studying the corpse. The one guard standing on guard. Anything that you're wanting to do other than stand on a perch?
I guess I'll be like, well, I guess he's dead. Time to go home.
All right.
That's normal. Well, whatever. Dead people.
Yeah.
I kill them all the time. I mean, what?
It's not be like, oh, I mean, the guy was wandering out in the graveyard at night. He's dead, and it's like, I mean, I don't have any medicine or anything, so I can't tell how he died. So I'm like, yep, he's dead.
Yeah, and you would notice, you would definitely know where they found him. He's outside the graveyard.
Are there any
outside?
And well, I mean, there's nothing in the graveyard. I'll just go around and I'll like just wander around the graveyard and see if there's anything in there. And then if I don't encounter anything, then I'll just after about maybe 15 minutes, I'll just time to go home.
Okay, as you're heading on down the road. I'm assuming by you saying time
I
to go
don't know
home
why you
is
said headed by the road when I said I was going into the graveyard.
because you said about 15 minutes after there that you would
Yes, I
be,
said I was going to circle the graveyard for 15 minutes.
and then head home.
Okay. So there's nothing in the graveyard.
Yeah, there's nothing in the graveyard.
Then I'll head home. There's nothing to do here.
And that's why I'm asking you: are you heading back on the road back this way
Sure.
into town, or what you
And
meant
then
by
yep,
home?
and I
is
have
what I
lovely
like.
RP with the guards again. Hey, let me
Well,
in. No, we
you'll
can't let
not-
you in. Let me in. We can't let you in. Oh, let me in.
You'll notice that the gates are open, and as you get about here, that you'll see that there's this priest with the other guard that went back into the town, headed on out that way from the direction that the body is.
Okay.
As far as that, you get into town and go to wherever you need to go.
Well, I'll just find a place to curl up for the night, and then I'll just go to bed.
Okay. Not an issue. I mean, you got the inn here. There's some fields here, gardens that are there. There's a couple trees on a couple bigger yards and stuff around there, depending on what you want.
Sure. I'll just curl up like someplace that's out of the way.
All right. And okay. And Mickey, are you back? Okay. And
He is.
I've
Mickey, unmuted you.
You back?
Yeah.
What are you doing? All right. It sounded like you fell asleep there for a minute. What are you doing? You're
Alright,
staying
well,
Just to let you know, my character says this this person isn't magical. There wasn't any ritual to. This wasn't any process to make them a magical component or anything.
yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Well, nothing that I thought of either.
It doesn't explain why the blood is all missing, why there's no blood.
Well,
I mean, mutilation is caused by these talons, as you mentioned. We saw a large bird when we were over at the Palisades, huge, horse-sized. But the blood is the only part I don't understand. If you dropped,
it could. Well, the only thing I can think of is that if it's like the body being damaged by the bird is just, like it's secondary. Like it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's
that's it. The bird was a vulture. It wouldn't have I mean, it might have attacked somebody, but it wouldn't have done that consistently and safely.
yeah, like it's collateral damage.
Yeah.
Like so, what if anything? Maybe it's just dumping it after the body's already been drained.
Or maybe something drained the body, then the vulture attacked it to eat it after. But it's not eaten. Is it eaten, Charles?
No,
it's mutilated. But
it's rent, but it's not. It doesn't look like it's been chewed on.
Well, here's the real question then: is there any signs of any actual blood around the body now?
No.
So nowhere in the fields, nowhere around it. It's not like pooling, but just like it
Nope.
didn't even get yeah.
So I don't know if it's simply attacking them here and then draining them of blood, or if it's just merely dumping the bodies here after it's already been drained.
Can I roll a medicine check to see if it was dropped from a great height?
Yeah, I'll let you.
Ooh, and I have guidance. Yeah. 9.
You really can't tell.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's no large bone. It's hard to tell if the bones were shattered from the drop or from the rent.
Right.
Hmm. Curious. The only way we would have been able. Damn, I wish I could have seen this thing earlier. We could. The only thing I can think of is if it's picking bodies off of here, we'll have to bait it.
Mm. Well,
Yeah.
it definitely flew close to the town without much concern there. Could have been carried. Has the priest arrived at this point?
Yes.
So I just greet them as they arrive. I say, "This is bad."
And Eldritch will go ahead and say that not another. Oh,
Do you recognize?
Who is it this time? And hell no, he don't recognize. So, and such, and he'll tell the guard, "Go get the grave digger. We have to do this quick. We got to get him into sanctified ground."
Has anything ever happened when you don't do that?
And he'll hesitate a little bit and say, "Not really."
Hmm.
I mean, to be fair, they probably don't not bury people if they can avoid it.
But I'm just saying, it seems a very specific thing to like make sure they're in a sanctified land at a certain time frame. I mean, I don't know the religion, so I don't know if that's like a thing.
I would say it is. I mean,
You can you can try a religion check to see how you would process it.
Well, I can only go off of it because I think I got like a -1 to my intelligences, so
Okay.
I got like a 12.
All right. You would think that, okay, most most religions that you've seen have wanted to try to take care of the dead as fast as possible.
Okay. All right, so I wouldn't be suspicious about it. Very cool.
yeah.
Not necessarily.
Well, just off like I guess off the cuff ideas like okay, if it's I guess that would make sense if
Like, yeah, the guard was saying, let's not bring it into the town. It might be corrupted or whatever. So, like, and they don't want to be out here in general. Like, the guards are specifically, and maybe this is my character saying this actually. So the guards have been keeping people from leaving because they're that concerned. Like,
yeah.
honestly, I'd grab a shovel if they have one. Like, I help them start digging.
All right.
that's what I'm doing.
And they'll be, and you'll have to come up into here to be, Eldritch would say,
Yeah, for sure.
because you're outside of what he would say is outside the area of our that we've blessed the ground here. So we
Yeah.
want to get it into sanctified ground.
Yeah.
As far as that, so that's where you guys can start digging. You can dig. You can get it.
3, 4, 5 people, you can probably get a 6-foot hole in a few hours.
Yeah. It will go kind of quick. The ground isn't too terrible here. It's not real rocky, which is surprising.
Well, it's
because
farmland, luckily, but you
well,
would
you
assume
see-
a cemetery would.
you see some larger glacial like boulders up over here,
Huh.
and over there, that's what these are. So you are surprised that you haven't hit anything hard. But there again, it could be because of the blessing on the ground,
Yeah.
sanctifying it and preparing it and such. But you'll have that accomplished. It will take you to about 2 o'clock in the morning to get all that accomplished. Dug out, body thrown on in there, covered on up. And at the end of that, around 2 o'clock in the morning, Eldritch has come back with the other 12 brothers, and you see them doing a ritual over that grave, praying, chanting, throwing some spices onto the fresh ground, burning some incense and sweetgrass around it.
Okay. I'll take a step back and let them do their thing, but I am gonna try to recognize what ritual or ceremony this is.
Okay.
Does it be Arcana or religion?
Religion.
Okay. 21.
Okay. You would take the feel that it's a purification of the soul to prepare descended on its way to the to the heavens, because you don't know the exact religious
Right.
cult here, but you would relate it to what your nirvana, your heaven would be, to prepare to go to for peaceful rest.
Yeah. So it would be similar enough to either ceremony or gentle repose or possibly consecrate. I don't know.
Yeah, something
Like,
along
okay,
those
yeah.
lines is what you're going to pull from it.
Okay. All right. I turn to the other two party members, Mickey and Tifa, and say, thanks for the help. I'm tired. What about you two? No, they're both muted. I'll unmute all of you.
Mickey, Tifa, you're muted. You around?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like on my end, yeah, that would make sense. We do have to rest up, especially since we got to prepare ourselves for a long night. Because if these things only happen at night, then we'll have to spend the day preparing to ambush whatever is coming this way. Because it seems to be the only time it comes around. And then we'll know at that point if it's aiming for somebody here, or if it's dropping off something here.
Yeah.
All right, Tifa, you there?
I think Tip is still muted.
Yeah, Tifa, you're muted if you're there. Maybe he's not. I know it's getting late for him in the UK, so as far as that. So, and what we'll do is you guys head back into town to your rooms, we'll say, at the tavern, and we'll, unless there's something else that you guys want to do that's relatively quick, we'll end it there for this session.
All right. No, nothing in particular I need to do.
Okay.
Nah, nothing I can think of. Nah, I'm good.
All right.
Actually,
yeah.
Just to clarify, when we were down over at the Palisade near the bridge to the east of 1, I saw this kind of horse-sized vulture thing fly over us, about 90 feet above us.
Yep.
Was it flying north?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And I could see that it was a vulture. At the time, I wasn't looking to see if it was carrying anything, but was there anything obviously large that it was carrying, or could it have been carrying something obviously large?
Um,
Just kind of thinking back, my character thinks back to what I saw there and goes,
get
maybe
give me an
history,
investigation.
intelligence, investigation. Okay, I'll take investigation. I have advantage on those. Ah, 9.
Not that you know of.
Okay.
Not that you could recognize or see is how possibly you work it, that why you don't see it.
Right. Okay. All right.
All right.
That was all.
All right. Mickey, you good?
At this point, he's thinking about like, but at this point, since he doesn't have any leads to go off of other than knowing like the general area where these victims either go missing or get dropped off. He isn't sure yet.
Okay.
So
we might want to go talk with them, and maybe when we get back to the tavern, like character says, we might want to talk with the guard who put up the bounty. And I saw the direction that creature came from. I can't tell you where exactly that's going to end up, but like we can't track it. It's a flying creature, but
true. Wouldn't be able to track it. Did you hear anything else?
no, I didn't hear anything else off the top of my head.
All right. And Yusuf, anything else other than finding a warm, comfortable spot to sleep?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Then, and Tifa, have you come back? You're muted if you have.
No message, just in case.
Yeah. Because I want to give everybody a chance before stopping for this session.
That's good.
And I guess not. So
Doesn't look like it.
with that, each of you go ahead and get yourself an XP point.
All right.
The other would be go ahead and take inspiration for the primarily for y'all for the bar interaction scene as far as that with each other.
All right, and I'll send a thing to David just in case he's AFK, as it were, too.
Yeah,
just to make sure he knows.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to have these end at 9 o'clock or close to it.
Yep.
For his ability, since everybody's being somewhat flexible. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
All righty. There, that takes care of that. And I'll stop here.